Good morning. It is September 30th, Saturday, 2023. And I've been out here for a bit already. There's a few things I need to get accomplished today because it's supposed to be in the 90s. And I am planning on getting on the bike one last time before the cold that's coming. And I know the cold is coming, so guess what? I'm going to take advantage of this weather. So what I'd like to do today is, one, I need to water everything. Two, look like I have some okra that's ready for the harvesting. The bush beans sprung back up, but I am saving those beans for planting. And so did the watermelon / cantaloupe patch. As you can see here, I have a cantaloupe there, here, here. Here's a watermelon and a cantaloupe in that general area. There, and all over the place. So, and there. There's some stuff right there too. So, intent is to water everything here. And still have a few tomatoes, some of which are blushing, that I'm going to harvest. And I don't know what's going on with Socks. He just be coming out here in the evening and in the morning. And I guess he focuses on something he sees and he just sits there and having one of those moments. But I'm going to let him do what he do. Anyway, so pumpkin patch. My husband tells me that the tiller we got don't work. No, I need to go check that out for myself. Last time I used it was in 2022, so, and it worked then, so I don't understand. 2, 3, 4. See all these pumpkins I still got in this bed? So, I'm not watering anything, not weeding anything. I'm gonna let everybody do what they want to do. In the meantime, we need to figure out the tiller situation because I need to come through here and just till everything. I'm thinking it may be when we get the first frost, everything will just naturally die back, and then I'll have to brave the elements and come out and till. But that's what pumpkin patch is doing. Next, I have homemade fertilizer in this bucket, and what I'm going to do is I am going to, excuse that vision, mix it up in this trash can, and that is what I'm going to use to fertilize this area. I've been doing a little bit of assessing, and what I think I'm going to do next season is I am going to move the watermelon / cantaloupe patch to this fence area. That way the vines run to the front of the fence. It has room. The back not so much. If they survive on the concrete, then so be it. This was supposed to be my zinnia sunflower bed, and it didn't turn out as I intended. So I need to amend this soil, but next year it's going to definitely be watermelon, cantaloupe. Then my zinnias, or anything flower related, I'm going to go basically from wheelbarrow right there forward. That is the iris and rose bed. There is to the front, to the north side of the coop. I had zinnias in there before and they were marvelous. So I think I'm gonna just put zinnias back there next season. So let me get water in and I'll bring you back in a little bit, see what we got accomplished. All right, so I got homemade fertilizer dumped in this trash can, and I am going to go start the watering process. Let me do that and I'll bring you back. All right, so got everything watered in this bed. I didn't do this bed. Reason one, I want to say that pumpkin, but it's kind of soft. And I think there's another one right there. There's one pepper plant that's very healthy, the ground cherry, and I noticed another ground cherry today in this bed. So next week my intent is to come out here and I am going to get rid of the pumpkin plant that in this bed and then just try to leave the peppers and the ground cherries, plural. All right, acorn squash, as you could tell, powdery mildew. Looked like we had some trying to form right there. I don't know how far they're going to get, but this plant has about 3 on it, and that I think 4 or 5. I just picked 2 for dinner tonight. I'm gonna put that in the oven with some butter and brown sugar for about an hour at 350 with a side steak and some broccoli, and it's gonna be a wrap. So that's what's going on here. I don't think you're ready to be harvested yet, boo. Okay, watermelon and cantaloupe. So in order for the fruit to grow, you gotta water it. So I figured I have water to spare, so I watered everything, and we'll see what it do. If you can't tell, this pepper plant is just loaded. I did not water the tomato here. I have, I want to say broccoli. Is all I have in here, tomato and broccoli. They've just been surviving on their own, so I'm going to let them keep doing what they do. I have flowers that haven't yet turned to fruit. May not even do that, but I'm cool. When they're ready to die back, they'll die back on their own. So what have I harvested this morning? Some okra, tomatoes. My mom and I was talking yesterday about fried green tomatoes, and I happened to accidentally broke that one off, so I guess we'll try that. Some peppers. I need to shell my ground cherries. Some broccoli, acorn squash for dinner tonight. Now, Ms. Diva Jones, 03, had a tip a few videos ago where she talked about putting a water catch basin on some of your plants. So I decided to put one on my goji berries, because this plant could deal with some moisture, and of all the plants in this palette, this is the one that seems to always be dried out. And one of my catchment trays became available when I emptied some pots off of the deck earlier this week. So I also, this is a flower plant that I was gifted, don't know the name, and this is lavender. So as you can see, they all have a whole bunch of water in it, but I'm sure the plant is going to wake up water as the day goes on. Like I said, we're going to be in the 90s. My pineapple plant, should it survive into next year, I am going to upplant it and put it in a bigger pot. I'll show you that pot in a minute. I just like having a pineapple plant around because it reminds me of back home in the tropics. See, this joker wants to put on more flowers, but it got to go. The 2 heads of cabbage that I had in this bed, they were just splitting. So I harvested them. I'm about to throw those to the chickens with some more salad mix in that bucket. Alright, so let's see where we are on watering. I probably should water the stuff on the deck, my deck boxes. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get them a taste of this fertilizer water. I'm almost done. And then I'm going to come back. I have 4 buckets to fill. And that is the pot that I'm going to end up planting the pineapple in next year. So I'll bring you back in a bit. Let me get those knocked out. And we'll go from there. So I've been watering this area and I noticed this plant here. I thought it was, I want to say, can't remember right now, but I'll put the name on the screen. I had gotten some seeds from the library and planted it here. But for some reason I'm getting ground cherry vibes. So I don't know if it's the volunteer ground cherry. And I stand corrected. If I just looked, I would see ground cherries. This one right there. So I've got a volunteer ground cherry plant in this bed. So it has to be at least 9 by now. Got everything, or the majority of everything, watered that needed to be watered. Got my ground cherry dehusk. I'm going to take these broccoli in and acorn squash for dinner in. Anyway, like I said, we're going riding. If anything interesting should happen, I'll put a clip at the end of this vlog. That being said, I trust everyone have an awesome day, a blessed weekend, and the Father willing, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Bye.
Wait a few minutes, get a few more in town. Looks like that's about all it's going to be here.
Look pretty cool though.
Wish my dad hadn't sold ours. We had a 1921 Model T. I hit
Yeah.
up 48 miles an hour one time. Wooden wheels.
I'm gonna head up there.
color.
Welcome Red Flag Motor Tour.
I had one of these. My
That's
dad.
cool, but what's this?
This is 72 Indian.
Oh. There you go, Todd. There you get 3 pedals.
That's what it is, right?
That's just the race number on it. Indian used to make race bikes. I don't know what year. That's a really, like early 1900s.
Mm. Well, that tells you how much I know.
Yep. I'm sure I could figure it out.
Just gotta watch the emergency brake.
Pull the emergency brake all the way up.
Put it halfway. That one.
Got the gas lamp, headlights.
My dad built a Vestas piece for a guy.
Really?
He took it.
This is the crank handle.
So, if you lived, one of these would be your Lincoln Navigator.
None.
No, now if you lived back in the day, there'd have to be one of them that would be
Well,
the same.
I like that green one over there.
That one?
Yeah, gotta have some shelter.
That here is super cool. There'd be your Lincoln Navigator.
That'll be a Lincoln Navigator. A stinking Lincoln. That's pretty cool.
Alright, we better head back down.
All right, let me get a close-up of these.
Wood smoked.
Wonder what year. I guess I could read the.
$655 was a lot of money.
Yeah. A couple of years' work at least.
Yeah, at least. Nice bike.
Thank you.
I don't care, you're not moving in.
What these are? What these are?
I was talking to Todd.
Oh,
You know what it is?
New best friend.
It's I'm sure it's poison, whatever it is.
Did you ever-
Those are those.
Boysenberries?
Yeah.
Bad.
They're bad.
Those berries are not edible.
Things.
Oh.
When
They're
I was
not
a kid, there
edible.
used to be a house there in West.
Crab apple.
That's edible, ain't it?
This plant looks sick.
It's loaded.
Says it's sick.
Said it's sick.
Pest. It looks like it has pest and disease in it.
Figure out if it's edible. I'm gonna Google.